Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is our third episode, and we're very excited to see where we can take this. Our second episode was great. We talked about a lot of good things. We covered many good things with A Rod, and it was a great conversation. And the audience was it received it great. You guys did great, and we learned many things with that. But today is the third episode, and we got Camille with us, and it's an honor to have Camille with us.
Oh yeah, Camille
Yes,
Yeah,
all the way from Burlington, and
let's see.
she went to what was it, Mississippi for
Nursing school.
nursing school. Yeah, yeah, which is and now you graduated. Now you're doing that full time, correct?
No, I graduate in May and
Okay.
start full time. So I'm still
Nice.
right.
Yeah,
Still in the
Well,
process.
yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty good. Good.
So, but before we get into anything, how's life?
that's good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just on vacation right now, so
Mhm.
doing
Holidays.
us needed relaxation.
Yeah, and everyone who's listening, we hope you guys had a good Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holidays.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Amazing holidays.
Yeah, we've been.
Yeah.
Yeah, Merry
Yeah.
Christmas, everybody.
And by the time it's released, it's gonna be New Year's.
Yeah,
So listen to this
Yeah.
on New Year's and
and Happy New Year. to
Happy New Year's. Yeah,
Happy
yeah.
New Year's. Happy
Because they'll be
holidays.
listening
Happy
what,
everything.
the second,
No, it's gonna be the first.
first.
It's on a
Oh,
Monday.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, yeah.
Bouncy, we did vision boards and like talked about our New Year. and
Okay.
that's what we
Yeah,
wanted in the New Year.
Do you pick a word when you do that? Do you
Yeah.
get to focus on? Okay.
Discipline.
Oh, that was my last year. That was my last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hers is available. She wants to be available for the
Okay.
things of God.
That's cool.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually haven't even thought about any New Year's.
No, I already got
Me
mine.
neither,
I already got
man.
mine. Mine's gonna be persistence.
Yeah.
I want to be persistent. Yeah.
Persistence.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the first question. Right. Since our body is Christ's temple, how should we maintain it?
Yeah. Since
That's such a complex question.
Mhm.
But when I was thinking about this podcast, I was thinking about the main reason that we like mentioned the whole God, like Christ temple or whatever, is the greatest commandment is to serve God and love God with our heart, mind, soul, and strength. That's like where the podcast that I had came
Yeah.
from. Well, you can't serve God with your heart, mind, soul, or strength if you're not healthy in those ways. You
Mhm.
can't,
Sure.
you're not taking care of yourself. You're not taking care of your mind. You're not taking care of your health. You're not taking care of your body. You don't have the energy to really do anything other than just the
That's
basic
true.
of what you're doing. You can't really serve in the kingdom because you're cutting yourself short. You're cutting God short because He created us to do so much. But in this environment that we're in, a lot of people are very sedentary. They don't take care of themselves. Like they don't fast. They don't really like push away the plate like that saying.
Do you think that has something to do with like depression a little bit?
I think that
Ooh,
food and taking care of yourself does have a lot to do with that. Like,
Mhm.
a huge reason why I went through that whole transformation or whatever is because I was unhappy with who I was,
Mhm.
mentally and physically, of course. And so you get to a point where you are like, okay, well, I'm going to try to do something. And then you actually succeed in that. And that gives you a level of pride almost,
Yeah.
confidence. And you're like, okay, well, I can do more things. And so you push yourself and you push yourself. And
It's like snowball effect.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And through that discipline, through that like taking care of every single portion, like self, I was really able to get myself out of
Mhm.
a depression or whatever you would say. And I did 75-day hard, which part of that is like drinking water, is reading books, is working out, is eating healthy.
Mhm.
So it's like all of that. And so it was a huge part of my life. But by doing that, I got up every single day. Like I knew I had a plan for the day. I knew that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
I was super intentional about it. And yeah, I feel like
And-
it helped a lot.
and so those of you, I don't know who doesn't know Camille at this point. Yeah, like I'm sure people.
Maybe someone from like a different country.
Yeah, or something like that. Well, she had a huge transformation from what I remember, and it was like, whoa, like she didn't. I mean, I don't. Have you? Did you tell anyone you were gonna do that? Or
No, I was during COVID.
right?
From home.
Okay.
I was like,
That's when
I'm gonna get out of COVID.
That
Yeah.
that would have been a good time for
Yeah.
anybody to do that.
Anybody.
Yeah.
And so like back to is that post still on your Instagram of like before and after?
Mm-mm,
No.
not really.
Okay.
I have the Heart, Mind, and Soul podcast Instagram still up, and
Yeah.
it's on there.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
So you guys can go see that yourselves. You guys heard her the Instagram already. But back to that. How did you come up with that discipline? Like, was it something overnight where you just like, was it just I'm gonna just do it and you just did it? Was it a lot of thought put into it, or?
So throughout like my whole, and I talked about this on the podcast too,
Mhm.
like I used to like struggle with like disordered eating and things like that. Like I'm sure a lot of people have or whatever, but like for me it was like eating like a ton at one time and then like feeling really guilty about it or whatever. And that's like kind of the whole list of things that went along with that. And so I always did like crash diets. Like one week I would be like, okay, I'm not gonna eat any gluten, I'm not gonna eat any carbs, whatever. And then the next week I'd do no sugar, whatever. And it just never like it was coming from a place of hating myself. It was coming from a place of like
Okay.
I had
Eating out of your
to-
feelings and stuff like
yeah, it was like, oh, I hate myself so much, like I'm so ugly, whatever. I'm just not gonna eat anything, whatever. And like that
Yeah.
doesn't work. If
Yeah.
the point of growing up and the point of doing things for yourself is to better yourself, and if you're not happy about, if you're not like the whole point for me to lose weight is so I can be happy. Well, if I'm not happy doing it, what's the point?
Mhm.
Literally, what's the point?
Yeah.
If it comes from a place of hate and if it comes from a place of discouragement, like it's not going to last ever. And that's with any transformation. For people who are like, oh, I just hate myself so much that I'm just gonna like not eat anything, go on a diet. You're gonna screw yourself over because all you're gonna do is hate yourself even more.
Mhm.
People they'll say, oh, I lost 100 pounds, but I still like see myself as somebody who's overweight or whatever. It's because they didn't do it for the right reason.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I came to a point where I was like, I wanted to fix that like cycle that I had of, crash dieting and like eating a lot and whatever. And I wanted to fix that. So I came from a really healthy place. It came from like, I want to fix myself in order to be the woman of God that I want to be, and to be like everything that I was called to be, and to have a good mindset about myself. Like, I don't want to be negative on myself anymore because I know that God created me. I don't want to think negative about myself.
Right.
And so it came from a really healthy place. And so yeah, that's really what changed it for me.
What was the hardest to get to like get rid of? Was it sugar, like your favorite food?
I think it was,
So is that what you just cut off sugars and
I did Whole30, like 75 days.
I heard like the hardest for most people is sugar. I mean, sugar is like the number one in it. Like,
Yeah, but to me, like, it sounds stupid, but to me, it was like a challenge. Like, I just was like, I can do anything.
yeah,
I can do anything.
and that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's what we want.
It's,
You know?
you got before any change, there has to be a self belief.
Yeah.
Because if you don't believe in yourself,
Right.
no one's gonna believe in you.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you gotta be able to have the proper confidence in yourself, but knowing that it's not coming from yourself, but it's coming through God.
Right.
Because like you're created by God, so that in itself should be a confident thought to have.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
God isn't weak.
Oh,
Yeah.
God isn't the God of just weak.
no.
Right.
Like He's gonna give you strength, and
Exactly.
so you're made by God, and so it is your duty to have confidence, but also change or progress.
Yeah.
And he gave you the knowledge, he gave you the wisdom, he gave you the strength
Right.
to do all that.
Yeah.
And that's really good because we're our God's temple, our body, and so of course
Yeah.
it's worked out great for you, and yeah, I think that's great. Like she was basically working in like she
Oh
just
yeah,
I remember you.
yeah, it's like a switch.
It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
I
really?
think that's the best way to
that's
go.
the best way to
Trying
go.
do it.
Yeah, she's just moving silent.
Shut up, whatever. And I was like,
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I bet you were anticipating that. Like, yeah, like you were like, wait.
yeah.
I
can't wait to
Yeah.
So how long until you got results where
I don't know, like
is there a timeline? Like did you do you remember the date?
75 days. It was. I started in like May-ish. I started to really like start to eat healthy, and then through quarantine or whatever, I think we went back to church. What, June?
It was
Like
I think it was
July-ish. I feel
July.
like it was after July 4th or something. Maybe June or July.
I know we all got sick after this.
It was like 2.5 months after I started.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
I'm so serious. And it was of course months before that I was like preparing myself, but then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do like 75-day hard, which is like super intense.
Mhm.
And I had the time, so then I did that. So 75 days is a little bit over
Did you eat
2
like
months.
once a day or something?
No.
Or
The rules for that is you follow a diet, you work out twice a day, you drink a gallon of water, you read 10 pages
gallon
of a
of
self-help book.
okay.
Okay.
So the working out was really my favorite part. I went on like super long walks. Like I think I ran like miles like almost
wow,
every
dope.
day
Yeah.
in
I'm
the
gonna start
heat.
doing
And it was summer. I was getting too. Oh, I missed
Yeah.
All that.
it.
The heat, I'm sure, helped. Like
Yeah,
sweat.
yeah.
Burn
Yeah.
off that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would go like on long walks in the morning, and then at night I would work out before I went to bed. And I slept so good. Like I would always sleep amazing. Like I was like feeling amazing doing this. I was like,
Mhm.
why would I have stopped? Like that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Wow. So like at some point in that process, you didn't feel like giving up?
No,
Oh wow.
because when you go, I don't know if any of y'all have ever like, I know like Johnny, you like gone through transformation or whatever, but like you just hate yourself so much. Like you go to sleep like I literally like ate this, ate that, whatever. Like nobody likes me, and like I'm a girl. I'm like it's like so no whatever, and like you just think about it all the time. It takes up so much mental energy, and that's another thing with the God thing. It's like we have too many things to do, and then think about what we look like all the time.
Yeah.
So I was going to sleep thinking about this stuff, and so when you have that freedom and you have that confidence, you have that like pushing yourself every single day. You go to bed like, dang, I did that today. Like
Yeah,
that's so awesome, and I want to do it again tomorrow, and I want to feel this good tomorrow.
because you know later on it's gonna pay off.
Yeah.
You're gonna be happy with what you look like.
Well, I think it's also the enjoyment of the process, not
Yeah.
just the result. Because
Exactly.
if you enjoy the process, then you won't have to worry about
Yeah.
the discipline going away. Because the
Yeah.
discipline is actually just in the process itself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you enjoy it, like man, I love
Yeah.
doing this. So I'm each day just boom, boom, boom.
I heard someone say like discipline is doing something you hate but do it like you love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bro, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, but
yeah.
let's move on to the next question. What is it?
But what things kept you? So was there anybody that helped you make it through that finish journey, or was it just self-motivation?
Yeah. I think like I lost like the first 10 pounds, and I was like, wow, I'm so cute, bro. It was like the beginning, like now I look back at that, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, but I feel like it was just like me, and like I was my own biggest cheerleader. Really, my parents like
Yeah.
didn't really even know that I was doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, I didn't think that you literally even knew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did after that did someone else do it because of you? Like did anyone ask you, hey, I want to do that too?
Yeah.
Can you help me? Really?
A lot of people did that
Wow.
actually. A lot of girls messaged me or whatever, and then that's really where I started the podcast.
That's
And
good.
I was like, I feel like a completely different person, like mentally and physically too.
Wow.
And so I started the podcast talking about all that, and a ton of people would message me and be like, "What did you do?" And so I've talked about this extensively now. It's like my personality trait, but it's great because
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. It did not come from a place of hate. I didn't like. Of course, like it started that way, or whatever. But like the journey had nothing to do with like I gotta wake up next day tomorrow because I look so ugly. No, it was like I did that. That's so awesome, and that is where you change all these people who, even if you're skinny, whatever, as your girl,
Yeah.
but you hate yourself
Yeah.
every single day, and you're like counting everything you eat, and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, being like you're the ugliest person on this earth. Like that's not gonna help you to make any success
Oh,
in
Yeah,
any
no,
way. But like,
no.
you just sit there like locked up in your room.
It's gonna-
I don't want to go out because
Yeah.
nobody likes me. I look like this.
yeah.
No, but
But I mean, everybody's experiences that at some
Oh,
point.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
just feel like, okay, what am I even doing? Because you're not proud of yourself
but
because you've
yeah.
lived on cruise control, basically.
but Camille said, you know what, I'm gonna I can do this, and she did do it.
Mhm.
You know, she didn't say I want to do it. She said I'm gonna do it, and she stuck to it. Took discipline. I'm sure it wasn't easy, right?
It's not at the beginning.
Yeah, like you know, it's always that first, I guess, big step, and then you
Yeah.
just keep it going.
Yeah. And the moving in silence really motivated me because
But
I had no
Everyone's gonna be asking.
thing
Yeah.
like
mm,
people being like, "Oh, so proud of you," whatever, because I felt like that would be ingenuine to me. Like I did it for me, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I did not do it for anybody else.
Because at the end of the day, it's you versus you.
Yeah.
You know, and you became better than you were before.
Right.
You know, every single day, and that's it doesn't have to be a New Year's resolution. It can just happen whenever. Like you don't have to wait for New Year's to start something.
Nope.
It can
Yeah.
just be now.
But this is coming out on January 1st, so
Yeah, yeah.
It was a perfect episode.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
one thing that just came to myself, like whenever I started doing my process, one thing that kept me going was when people came up to me and be like, "You're losing weight."
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the same thing happened to you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people were coming up
Yeah.
to you, and then that's what also kept you going. Because that's what kept you going. And also, I've kept clothes that fit big on me just so I can like eat like for motivation and to keep like, oh, I've lost a certain amount of weight.
Yeah.
Keep on going, keep on going, keep on going.
Yeah.
I still got it right now, just so I can like
Yeah, and for those that
feel
don't know,
better.
my boy Johnny, like he's a heavy gym dude,
Yeah.
but it didn't start that way. It didn't start for Johnny that way. I'm
Mm-mm.
pretty sure he went through a similar process with Camille, where it was like a bit of self hatred, or
Yeah,
knowing or knowing that you could do
I
better.
hated the way I looked,
Right.
especially when clothes didn't fit.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, just looking. I still remember the moment when I was like looking at the mirror. I was like, okay, it's time to change this. Like,
Mhm.
I can't be looking
And
like this.
and you also have pictures, right?
Yeah,
of
I've
you.
seen our pictures
Mhm.
to the
Right.
guys too. So does that.
What was your? I mean, I guess it's one way to put it for those who listen. But like, what was your size suit before? What is it now?
So I was at a 44.
44.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then now I went down to a 40, either
Dang,
40
pretty
regular or
crazy.
42 short.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's like
pretty good.
either I think one or two sizes down.
That's foresight, though.
Or
Yeah.
is
You
it
were at
both?
44, right?
Yeah, 44.
Yeah.
It's
Wait, oh, there's two sides
two
down.
sizes.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I'm doing regular.
Yeah,
I'm
this
doing
is
regular. All
this
right.
is lit. I mean, I don't know about how about with the girls' clothes? Like, I know the sizes for girls.
It is just.
Some of the videos, and I was like, this is what I want to be. I want to like fit a size medium comfortably or whatever. And I ended up getting down to like a size small comfortably,
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
which I was wearing like large,
Yeah.
extra large typically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it was about that. I bought like specific skirts that I could have whenever like if I could fit into it, whatever. Like I want to fit into this. And I
Yes.
did.
Yep.
It was
Dope.
so
Yep.
good. I
That's
was
dope.
and I still have those skirts, and I still
Yeah.
fit them.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Yeah.
Early.
Yeah. That's dope.
So you did mention about your podcast as well. So when did you start that? When did you start your podcast, and what made you want to start it?
I think I started that in July, like
So you said after COVID, right? I think
yeah,
that was
right
it.
after COVID. And
Was that 2020 or 2021?
I think it was 21.
2021. Yeah, it was like a year after.
Cause I subscribed to it. I sent it to her. I was like, yo.
Yeah. So that was I learned so much from this process, and not only that, like with the self help books, and like I started to like listen to podcasts. I got off Instagram. I did like I stopped feeding myself entertainment 24/7. Like did a lot of stuff to basically better myself, like
Mhm.
as a total whole heart, mind, and soul. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you got to do your mind too, along with your body.
I believe that.
And so with that process or whatever,
You're talking about like books and starting
well,
the
yeah,
podcast.
I started the
Yeah.
podcast. Y'all can edit that out. But yeah, I started the podcast to explain like my whole journey and then also what I learned from it. And then it grew into being basically an inspirational podcast for people who felt like they were stuck. And I know it's a big part of maturing and growing up. You realize that life is more important than what everybody thinks around you. But a lot of my subscribers or followers, whatever, were young women. And that was inspirational to me because I was able to truly help them. And they'd be like, DM me on Instagram and be like, I need help with this. Like, I just really
That's
struggle
cool.
with this. And like, da da da. Or like,
That's good.
and it was awesome.
Being there for someone like for someone to look up to,
Mhm.
because I think that's somewhere. I mean, I think that's why the college and career group we have is called Amplify, and because as much as we don't know, there's always a young woman looking up to it, whether we don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it shows a lot in church. Whatever you're doing, and young people see that they're like, oh, if he does that, then I guess that's good. And so you kind of always gotta watch what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so back to what you were saying, like what you did was something good. They want to do.
Yeah.
They also want to either lose weight or just have better more like disciplined life, where starting to read, where your mind can grow
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
And I did like a series of heart, mind, and soul. So I did heart for a while, and that was like relationships and kind of all that stuff. And that was really cool because I was able to kind of like deep dive into that topic with people, like I said, young women who are just, when you're young, you just date whoever, like
Yeah.
whoever gives you second thought. And at the end of the day, it's all you need to do. And so we did the heart, and then we did mind, and that was about like, you know, using your brain in different ways, like exercises and stuff like that. And then we did soul, and that was more of like a spiritual
Yeah.
side.
And also, you've since we're talking about books here, nursing school has a lot to do with books.
Oh yeah.
And so I've some of my clients are nurses, and I talk to them and whatnot. And I talked to this one guy. He we were just talking about nursing school, and I'm like, man, what all does it take? And he's like, man, it's a lot of school.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he was in there with 55 students when he graduated, when he was in class. But when he graduated with 25.
Mm.
Bro, I'm like, what? He's like, because I was saying, man, like a lot of people just drop out in nursing school.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, they just can't do it, But like, what for you? What's been the hardest part about that?
I think honestly the hardest part for me has been away from home, of course. That's, specific to me, of course, but nursing school is hard. I mean, I also feel like it's kind of a benefit that I moved there because nursing school is like my full-time like thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who go into it thinking that they're just gonna work part-time, they're gonna go to school part-time. You can't do that in nursing school, like
Be-
at all.
Because it's what you work 12 and then you're off 12 or something, or like you're off the
Well,
next day or
you
something.
have clinicals that are 12-hour shifts, and so that's your whole day,
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you have class from
Crazy.
8 to 3
Okay.
days. That's sitting in a lecture, listening to a teacher talk for 8 hours a day, like insane. And then you have to go home and study. And so then you have
You have to try to
studying
remember
and
what they
teaching
talked about.
tests.
You know?
And then you have labs, and then you have more tests, and then you have more clinicals. And so you're either in a hospital, in a classroom, or studying.
But people only see which is starting to work.
Money.
Yeah.
They
I
only
was gonna
see
get it,
money.
but yeah.
They only see the money, and that's
Dollars.
why people go in there and they
Cha-ching.
think that they're gonna make
They don't see where they
over
have to
first
go.
year, and you have to study. And honestly, I'm thankful for people who. That sounds bad, but I don't want somebody to be a nurse that went in it for the money. Like,
Yeah.
it's a hard job, and I've worked with nurses that are absolutely not in it for the right reason at all. And it's not to say they're doing anything wrong, but like you have to care about these patients and stuff. And I've seen a lot of people who are just like, whatever, like, just gonna clock out 7. They can, whatever.
If they want.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
Oh God.
I've never heard
Oh,
that. God, that is brutal.
it's bad. It's
let's just sum it up.
Like, save him, bro, because if you don't live, bro, I ain't gonna make that. What you
no, you
mean?
paying just as much as they die.
Really?
Yeah. I don't care. Anyways, all that to say that there's a lot of things that go on, and you have to be in it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
At the same time, you don't want a nurse that doesn't know what they're doing because it's like a life or death situation.
Or he
Yeah.
used
Like, they're like, hold on, let me
What's that
pull up
Quizlet?
Quizlet.
Quizlet?
Let me pull up Quizlet.
chat
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
I want to say something because I feel like you guys have asked a lot of questions about like what has been the hardest part of like these certain moments in my life. But when I look back on my life, like all these things that I've done, I do not think about it being hard. Like I really don't, because I remember being 14, 15, 16 and being a non-log, being a couch potato, like on Instagram all the time. All I cared about was getting the likes, getting the whatever, going on like being whatever, like somebody who wasn't even genuine to who I actually am. Like
It was just
hating my body, like not being smart at all, not applying myself. And so I think back to my life and I look back on the hard moments, quote unquote, or like the discipline or like the getting in the books. And I look back on that with pride in a way that's like, I did that. Like I brought myself from that situation and who I was to where I am now.
Or, like, what if someone told you at the time you're gonna be a nurse, right? Or like you're gonna
You
finish
wouldn't believe
nursing
it.
school,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and oh, you're also gonna have a glow up
Yeah.
and whatnot. Like, imagine someone telling you that, like,
No, I literally would not believe them. Like I don't think I would have even thought I would have made it this far.
yeah,
Like truly, I was very, very, very unhappy as a 14, 15-year-old.
what they say, but God,
But
But
God,
God.
who did? God
I
did.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something like when you look back, you're like,
Yeah.
man, like that was stupid or like something like that.
Yeah.
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 But like pick your hard. It's so much harder to me to do that than to work hard.
That's
to
true.
Get up
That's true.
6 a.m. every day. It's so much hard.
Mhm.
Like pick your hard. If you're miserable, that's hard.
Oh yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
hard. So don't be miserable.
That life
It-
sucks.
Isn't that really up to you though? Because say something bad happens to you, and you just, like you're not just gonna. I guess it's up to you if you choose to stay there in that situation, or hey, you know what, I'm out of here. I can just be with somewhere else. I guess a lot of people are like man, like I lost this, or like I didn't have this opportunity, or I lost a job or something like that. But like, hey, just there are more stuff to do out there. Like
Yeah.
you're just upset about this one obstacle or something. Like when there's more out there, like either you can sit there and just complain about that,
Just
or
complain.
just okay, you know what, that didn't work out.
Mhm.
Pray to God, seek wisdom, seek and then
do
go find something else that's
Hard.
better for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
and seek the guidance for it. And so I think you can, and just like you said, like pick your heart. If that, and pick something better. You
Yeah.
know, something-
Pick something better than where you're at.
yeah.
And also like humility and gratitude, and like you have to be so grateful for where you're at.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just you have to really be thankful for where you are. And I was gonna say right, y'all.
So, so one thing I was gonna say about like struggle as well, or so what you said about pick your difficulty or pick your hard,
Mhm.
and I believe that a large part of the reason why it's so easy to fall into these instant gratification type of things.
Mhm.
For example, like when you get a bunch of likes on Instagram, there's like a certain dopamine or like or drugs or something like that, which takes away a little bit and gives you a little bit of that instant joy because life is miserable. As when you're struggling, when you're not doing the things you should be doing,
Yeah.
life is miserable. Life is hard. So when you get that instant gratification, you just want more. You
Yeah.
want more. You want more.
more attention.
More. You want more of it, and it becomes this drug, and it becomes, and you're not facing yourself. You're not facing your struggles. It's taking you away from that.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's why it's important as a person who wants to develop themselves to get rid of these certain like instant gratification type of things. For example, like food, like junk food, that definitely is a instant gratification right there. Like it is actually made in a factory to be addictive.
Yeah.
They put chemicals in Doritos.
I believe it.
I mean, it's true. It's true.
believe
It's
it.
true. They put these chemicals in it, and so like they want you to get more of it. Also, fast food is the same way. And so like there has to be these certain things that you have to give up
Mhm.
to not get that instant gratification.
Yeah.
And that way you will like actually progress. And it's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be a lot better than struggling and just staying at the same place.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot better.
I'd say as a nurse, you see a lot of people who are 60, 70 years old who have lived their whole life with instant gratification
Mhm.
things. Their sedentary lifestyle. They don't like go on walks. They don't like do anything really like physical activity. They've ate junk food their whole life, and their whole family's
Sucks.
unhealthy. Their whole
Yeah.
family's obese. Like, and you want to take care of them. You want to treat their heart disease, their hypertension, whatever. You want to do all this stuff for them, but like, I don't know. In the back of your head, you're like, you did this to yourself. Like, and so you think, oh, we're talking about self help and like, oh, whatever. Like, go to the gym is such a cliche,
Mhm.
especially like New Year's, whatever. Like, New Year, New Me, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Hell, that's a way.
Everyone get full January.
Oh yeah, it's
I
packed.
I heard it ends like March, April. It starts to kind of
Just February, dude, or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
3 weeks
yeah.
into it.
Yeah,
bro.
or
Let's see.
I guess it depends like
What
I guess
gym?
where like
Yeah, yeah.
who,
Mm.
but I heard like I guess it completely stops like March,
Yeah.
April.
Really?
But yeah, but I guess the first couple weeks didn't always pack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We're talking about instant gratification.
yeah, okay, so they have this instant gratification lifestyle, and it is a lifestyle. Like, there is no new year, new me. They just decided that this is gonna be it. They get to a place where they're morbidly obese, they live this life there, and they just don't do anything to change it. I'm so serious. They do not do anything. They've lived this lifestyle for 30, 40 years of their life. Their entire life is wasted to McDonald's and Cookout.
When I don't know if it's y'all too, but like when I start thinking about stuff like that, like I'll go to McDonald's every now and then. I'm not saying I'm the healthiest, but I'll try Wendy's, mainly Chick-fil-A. But
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. All right, Chick-fil-A.
like when I see people constantly eat that, to me it's like mainly on weekends is when I get that sort of stuff. Throughout the day, my mama's cooking is the best, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
get
Shout
mama's
out.
cooking. And
Especially right now
so,
during the holidays.
God,
Oh,
my-
man.
Is this a restaurant or your actual mama's food?
no,
Oh,
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, no.
and so like when I start thinking about people who eat that all the time, it's like dude,
You can't do that.
that's nasty.
yeah. That's why the Bible says you gotta push away the plate. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
gotta fast. You have to. Fasting literally rejuvenates like your whole system.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
you take 24 hours no food, like you're like, oh, I'm not even hungry anymore. Like, I don't crave sugar anymore.
No.
Like, you gotta fast. That's why the Bible talks about it. Like, it's so healthy for you.
Yeah.
God knows, like, people, God knew that this was going to happen. Obviously, He's omnipresent. God knew that we were going to get to a state of our country or life that everybody was fat and didn't care about themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't go to the gym. Not even the gym, but like go on a walk. Like,
We're just
we all have cars. When's the last time if you're working an office job, you walk to your car, you walk from your car to your couch.
Mhm.
Sorry, but
Well,
that was not how we were supposed to be made.
And now with drive-through, you don't even gotta get your car, bro. Get DoorDash now.
It's too convenient.
The couch.
It's too convenient.
Your couch forever. Like, I'm so sick of people
DoorDash, groceries,
and people do.
Amazon.
Amazon.
More
Bro,
people do
they
than
got
you
everything
think
you
that they
need.
do. Like, we're young, whatever, like healthy people, but like there's so many people that live their life like one dopamine rush to the next, one meal to the next, like whatever they can get to feed their flesh, and it's a sin. I mean, it
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah. Did y'all ever read that? I seen it on someone posted it, but it was a lady who she basically she was like an obese lady. Well, she sat on the couch so long that like her skin was like stuck on the leather couch.
Hey,
Yeah, like like
are you serious?
they had to they had to do something to get her off of it. They, like cut it or something, but like her skin was stuck on the leather because she just sat there forever, bro, and like never got up. And
That's great.
I'm like,
I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff in nursing school, a lot,
oh, I'm
and
sure.
that's why I'm so passionate about it. Because I'm way more like super careful about what I eat, not because I have to be whatever
Yeah.
cute, 'cause I'm a girl, whatever. It does not matter. I'm thinking about my life. I'm thinking about my kids. When I get married, whoever I marry has got to like care about their health and like
Yeah, it's a big thing.
can't like they
Yeah.
can have
Yeah.
horrible eating habits and my kids, like, I'm gonna be careful about what they eat because it's not gonna get better. Like, we're just gonna the whole society is gonna get worse
Yeah.
and worse and
No,
worse,
yeah.
and we have to like actively like make it a point to be like, okay, y'all, let's go play pickleball today. Like,
Because that can affect your kids.
yeah,
Like for example, my dad he has diabetes, and he constantly has to check his sugar, and they basically told him a long time ago, like if you keep eating what you're eating and keep doing what you're doing, you're not gonna live much, and that can affect your kids. So after that,
True.
my mom cut off like mainly soda. His thing was soda. He would chug sodas like nothing. And then like he's looking way better now, but like my mom kind of like, hey, we're cutting this, and he also had to put it himself too, because it's him, he's
Yeah.
not doing it for his mom,
Yeah.
it's for him.
Right.
So he had to cut a lot of stuff too. So he pushed, this is a long time ago, so I was little. but he pushed me and my brother to stay active, drink water, just stay healthy,
Yeah.
and he helped me out with that. I'm not saying I'm the healthiest. I can do better, of course.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm still active now. I still want to be. I mean, we just played
Yeah.
soccer
Yeah.
yesterday, and
It was a good game too.
so
Mhm.
I want to say it like this, and I'm not saying I'm healthy, but I should step it up. But
The
being
point,
here with
yeah.
Camille, I can definitely do better.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah.
It does not have to come from a place of hate.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you just do it for yourself. Do it for your future.
Yeah.
So since you started that transformation journey, you're still going, right?
I'm maintaining.
as far
I'm maintaining.
maintaining.
Yes. I try to
Sorry.
live a healthy lifestyle. I am in nursing school, so y'all can't.
Yeah,
You just went,
I should have been
you just went on a tangent about
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
Still losing weight, right?
maintain. I'm sorry. I should have made it more clear. I'm sorry, man. But basically, maintaining it.
We just want to get that clear, you know.
Yeah, I just
We
wanna
gotta
get
make sure
that
we get
clear.
that right. Yeah.
But
No, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
She been had her go up.
Yeah,
She's still looking.
yeah.
So basically, yeah, you're still maintaining it, right?
Yes, I try to go to the gym about 2 or 3 times a week. Eat pretty healthy. I try to eat after 11 to 7 intermittent fasting. Looking at this.
Yeah.
Fasting 11. Start eating at 11. Stop eating at 7. So you eat about 2 meals a day. Try to not drink sugar in my coffee.
2 meals a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start eating at 11.
Yeah.
Stop eating at 7. So you're not going to bed on a full stomach because what's the point?
Yeah.
And also in the morning you have a little bit of like time for your body to wake up before you like start using your digestive system, because your digestive system is 80% of your body's function. So
Yep.
all of like that's why when you get sick you don't really need to like eat a bunch of food or whatever. That's why water fasting, that's why fasting works, because your body needs to reset every once in a while, because so much of our body's calories goes to just digesting its own calories. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But I try to not eat sugar in my coffee, 11 to 7, work out 2 or 3 times a week. But that's all I really can do right now because nursing school. But y'all just wait. I'm finna have a 6-pack once I graduate.
What's the worst drink someone can have? Is it soda? Is it soda?
I would say energy drinks, actually.
Energy drink.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro.
Uh-oh.
I love Red Bull.
Along with, and all of the health, it talks about risk factors of all these big health disease. And next to smoking is caffeine.
Oh, so confident.
Okay, I'm not a coffee person, so
Okay, that's
I need
caffeine,
coffee.
brother.
I'm a coffee person.
I don't like it.
Caffeine is energy drink.
coffee has more though, doesn't it?
No.
No,
Is it like about the same or something?
No,
No,
that was
no.
big.
coffee. A cup of coffee is like 90 milligrams caffeine. That's like 200.
Yeah, way more.
Yeah.
And sugar.
And it's sugar.
Yeah.
And it's artificial dyes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, if it coming from a nurse,
those
don't
y'all-
drink the energy drink.
Those of y'all that know me, like Red Bull.
No more.
Yeah, you're always drinking energy.
No more Red Bull.
Mini ones.
But after this, it's going to have to be what, Celsius?
There's no energy.
Hey, I was gonna be like, hey,
Stick to prime, bro.
I was gonna be like, so don't Red Bull, so about Monster. Man, you just
You gotta get your little 8-ounce, 12-ounce coffee once a day. And just
I can't do
I'm
coffee.
not a coffee person.
Coffee's good, man. Coffee's good.
Well, water.
yeah, we're
That's what I think. Why
Water.
I was expecting like soda, like Coke, Pepsi,
I mean, it's bad too.
Imagine
Because
that.
Sweet tea.
That's like a ton of caffeine.
sweet tea at least.
Sweet tea is not good for you,
It's
but it's
sweet tea.
good. It's good. I drink all the time.
Okay,
I
let me
like
just
sweet
talk
tea
about
either.
sugar versus aspartame for a second.
Uh-oh.
Let's get a little
Sugar.
science up in here.
What is wait? What is aspartame?
Aspartame is the sugar-free substance.
Okay.
So like,
So,
when you
like,
say
diet-
sugar-free diet, whatever,
Okay, yeah.
that's a substance that they put in there to make it taste like sugar, quote unquote. Okay, so our body naturally digests sugar.
Mhm.
Okay, so like a little bit of sugar, it's all right. A little bit of sugar in your coffee, it's all right. A little bit of,
Mhm.
a little something. I'm talking about you put it in there yourself. Sugar, not like sugar, like syrup, like not
Mm.
high fructose corn syrup. I'm talking about sugar.
Okay.
Okay, then you have aspartame, which is a chemical that's in the sugar-free drinks or whatever.
Yeah.
The aspartame is in sugar-free drinks, and that is a chemical that your body doesn't naturally process. So it takes like 2 to 3 times longer to digest that, and it's actually really bad for your liver. It's really bad for your kidneys. It's really bad for you. Like that chemical specifically is really bad for you, although it is in the sugar-free thing. So I don't really like soda at all because it's like even diet or zero whatever is still bad for you.
I've
And
heard diet sodas are just worse than
yeah, that's what I was saying. It's low key
Yeah.
worse than
Wow. There's
regular.
not an actual natural element into
Yeah,
it.
I drink like LaCroix or like
Liqueur.
Olipop's and stuff like that. Olipop is a good one or whatever. And then a lot of times I'll put like cherry juice or something in my like LaCroix.
Yeah.
And then I'll add some like apple cider vinegar as my drink of choice. But don't talk to me. I'm not the
Apple cider
expert.
vinegar. Isn't that like that very?
I know you're a nurse.
It's good for you. Apple cider vinegar like lowers your blood sugar. And
Yeah, but isn't it very sour though?
yeah, it
Like
doesn't
just
taste good.
pure.
No, you gotta put it in something.
Oh,
You
yeah, I
gotta put
thought
it
you
in
just
like
like because
an
I've heard
olive
like
oil.
it burns.
Yeah,
I've
I
tried it.
was
tasted
thinking
it. I
that,
tasted
yeah.
it.
But I
Really?
Yeah, like,
cherry juice, not from concentrate, is very good for your digestion. LaCroix, like just like plain sparkling water.
shout out LaCroix.
Shout out LaCroix. Sparkling
Sponsor
water,
us.
regular juice, not from concentrate, and apple cider vinegar. Drink it before bed. You're gonna sleep amazing. And you're gonna
Write down
low
the
blood
recipe.
sugar.
How do you get used to the flavor though?
You just drink it in a straw. That hits the back of your throat.
No way. Because
That's
Water, you know.
Safest to me is just go water, guys.
I'm gonna bring shout out Olipop.
I never heard of that one.
I never heard of
Olipop.
Poppy. Poppy's really better.
Never heard of that.
never heard puppy
They
on.
have a Coca-Cola Poppy.
Is it in the
So it tastes like
McDonald's menu? I don't know.
Yeah, like Publix,
what's that
Walmart, I think so.
what's that one health store at
Trader Joe's?
at AC?
No, I don't know.
It's like GNC, something like that.
Oh, that's a gym store. That's like
Yeah, that's like
protein,
pre-workouts.
yeah.
Yeah, pre-workouts, post-workout.
Oh, like protein shakes and all that.
Like
That's
some
not really
kind
like
of
a-
supplements they drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like
Yeah, for
they
me,
used to drinks.
anything flavor. No flavor.
Okay, I'm about to bring y'all poppies. Like some.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, dope.
Let me show you. It's this right here. It's like soda, but basically all it has is like organic cane sugar, agave, apple cider vinegar, but you can taste
It looks
it.
good.
Sparkling.
Does it taste good?
Yeah.
Oh,
I,
okay.
They have a
I never tried
caramel
it. But
shake that's really good. My favorite is the raspberry rose one, strawberry lime. They have a classic Coke. It's like they have a root beer one. Yeah, their holiday one is cranberry fig, and that's the best.
I might have to try.
It's really good,
I just don't
and they're good for your digestion.
Is it have good flavor? Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah.
good
There
flavor.
we go. Where can you find it at?
Prime.
Anywhere.
Anywhere?
Good.
Okay.
Is it?
That's expensive. For what? Just drink some coconut water.
There you go.
Water.
Yeah, Gatorade is a scam. That's another thing for the podcast.
Gatorade's illegal.
Yeah,
Gatorade is
dude.
literally
For a reason.
sugar
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
death.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
Just drink coconut water.
I should
It's
drink
just-
Gatorade.
Especially if you don't drink it while you're not working out, it's super bad.
Yeah.
Super bad.
They
Really?
have tonic
Yeah.
pollution.
Never.
I only got it because of all the commercials. It made me feel like an athlete. But after that, like I think I found out like last year that Gatorade is illegal in other countries.
Because it has
like,
that red 40 or something like that.
well, yeah, it has
Some-
some kind of thing, some kind of ingredient
yeah.
that's like not even allowed.
No.
Bro,
So that's literally only for when you work out, or just.
I wouldn't drink it at all, bro.
I mean,
If electrolytes, just drink coconut water. Like literally.
Yeah.
Coconut water has so many.
as good as Gatorade is,
Gotta let it go.
man, bro. Tell us stuff you like that you gotta get rid
Well, you wonder why? Because it's
You gotta
designed that
clean it
way.
out, so then you don't even have a taste for it anymore.
of. Yeah.
Like if you
Mm,
stop
yeah.
eating sugar, you're gonna be like.
See, that's why I just stick to my pre-workout.
Yeah.
Do you drink pre-workouts? You don't do that kind of stuff whenever you go to the gym, no?
I've actually never had that.
Me neither.
I just never started getting into
One
that.
time, and I almost died.
Are you serious?
It was like on the floor, like
Oh,
Like why? Was it
my
because?
so fast, like it was crazy.
I heard you just get a lot of energy. That's all.
Yeah.
And you
I'll
start
tell you, I
itching.
get so much
You start
energy in the
itching,
mornings.
too.
Nah, bro.
Yes, like your body starts like, like you say,
Yeah.
itching. Like
What you're supposed to put? Like
it's just
Scoop.
Yeah, it's just scoop.
you put one scoop and it did that.
Yes, I was literally on the floor, like
I can't breathe. Are you serious?
Yes.
And I've been doing
You
it for
should
like a week or
put a
so.
cup.
I think I would.
Hey,
Oh,
what kind of pre-workout? What kind of pre-workout?
What a cup would have done.
Before I heard that one's bad. I do the
That's a
Rise.
bone.
I mean I heard super is a bad brand. I do Rise. I'm not sure if you heard of that brand.
I don't do it anymore because I really did. That's
I want to
bullshit.
try it like one day.
Just
to
if
see
you
what-
can work out, just
No, I want to.
work out.
I want to
I
take
think-
pre-workout and just sit down.
I want
You can.
no,
I want to take pre-workout before I go to bed.
Well, I feel like
nah, bro.
pre-workout you have to.
It's night we'll be staying up all night.
On New Year's, I'm taking on New Year's. Bro.
That's why I want to take it in the mornings. Only before I go. Only before I go work out.
Yeah.
That's when I'll take it.
Okay. Well, I guess that wraps it up. Huh?
Well, we got a lot of knowledge to this.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I got to know that Red Bull's got.
Yeah,
And
Red
Gatorade.
Bull.
I didn't know Gatorade.
Gatorade.
this is so bad for you. But anyways, all that comes from you do what you need to do to be better.
Right.
You push yourself every day to be better. You can do it.
And you can, and like you said, you can do it.
You can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you start doing something, you give yourself a little goal and you achieve that, you're gonna be like, wow, I did that. I could like fasting. I know I said it before, but like fast for one day and you're like, dang, I'm so cool. I fasted all day.
Yeah.
Like I pushed for the plate all day. Wow, I can do anything.
What's been the longest you've fasted? If you don't mind.
Like 3 days.
3 days. Yes.
Yeah.
Same. I done 3
A
days.
lot.
Second day I thought I was gonna.
Second day is the worst.
Second day is the worst.
Yeah. But if you did it, then you're like, wow, I'm next week.
What is that? Full day, bro. That's
A full day.
Full day, that's-
Full day after
that's-
that, I'm good, man.
It was like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
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 That's great.
Right.
I felt great afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before we leave, though, there's a little good idea that we kind of talked about, where it's like you have a goal and then you break it down into smaller goals,
Yeah.
so that they're more achievable.
Yeah.
And once you get those achievable goals, it's like it's like a checklist.
Yeah.
Make it just
And then you start
Stacking
feeling,
up.
then your
Smart
confidence starts
goals.
gaining,
Mhm.
right? And I feel like that's an important thing that you could do. Anybody can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, so an important thing to learn is that if you have a goal, have a big goal, but break it down
Mhm.
to smaller goals and slowly check them off.
Yeah.
And that will help you to, as whatever your goal is,
To achieve
boom, boom.
that one big goal.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea right there. But I think that wraps it up, man. It's a great episode. Talked about a lot of good stuff.
It was a
And
pleasure.
yeah, thank you,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for your time and we really appreciate this.
Yeah.
Health, and we hope everyone can gain something from it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, enjoy this one.
Because
Yeah.
we all have to take care of our body. We
Yeah.
we use this to serve God and for more achievable goals, like David said. And so we hope you guys can learn from it. I know I did for sure. I did. So yeah, we hope you guys that listen did.
all right. That wraps it up.
Take care.
Thank you.